if a man is approaching a girl and she tells him up front she's keeping her options open, at least you know as a man, okay, I know this situation is not going to work because she's not on the same vibe as me. So you have to, a lot of men's and women have to be okay with losing the individual you may like. You know what I mean? But a lot of people like to say, maybe I can change that person to like me. Even though they're telling you, yo, I'm keeping my options open.
You know what you do to me. Alright, not a game, girl. Please do not play with me. Don't play with me. Yeah. Hey, you got what I like. It's so tight, it's so new to me. If you by my side, don't you lie. Keep it true with me. You know what I like, yeah. I think you my type, yeah. Enough with the talking, come with me. I do you right, yeah. You got that, What I'm thinking, I just might, yeah. You got that, What I'm thinking, I just might, yeah. You know what you do to me. Don't make a fool of me. Show me that you different, girl. Just keep it true with me. You know what I
like. We back. Another episode of the Matt Alexander podcast. You know what I mean? I got Patrick back in here with me in the building. What's good?
Come on, man. You know what time it is. Boy P, Chef Boyard P. You know what I'm saying? In the building.
Yeah, I'm here, bro. You know, we already recorded a previous episode. You know what I mean? But we're doing 2-a-days now. You know what I mean?
Listen, man. To get to the top, you have to do what?
Put in that work.
You know what I'm saying? You already.
Trust me. You know? But yo, I have a question to ask you. What are your thoughts on physical attraction between male and female?
Shit. Man, I think a lot of that is real surface level.
Why do you say that?
You have, I think I think both men and women, kind of judge it the same way because, you see somebody that looks good or you think that looks good versus if anybody else thinks they look good, then that's kind of where they get that from. So it's very subjective, I think. But most people, chalk it up to, what society tells them to be honest. If we're going to be real.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? Because look, if you go on Instagram, let's say, you look at a thing, you're on Instagram, you see she got the cakes is all out, body, the waistline crazy. Like, for you, you're going to think that's attractive.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because what we see everywhere else indicates that is attractive. But let's say we don't have anything to compare that off. And we have to just kind of just use our own metric to determine that. Would you still say the same way? Would you still say that's the same thing or no?
It kind of depends. In my opinion, you have to look at the physical first, because when you just see somebody walking by or a girl post a picture, people are going to look at the features. They're not going to say, oh, she's a smart woman. Let me just go and speak to her. You know what I mean? It's always going to be physical first. That's why I always laugh when women kind of say the first thing they look for is like, oh, if a guy's mind's right and this and that. But no, you look at physical appearance first.
Yep.
Because you don't know the person from nowhere. So obviously it's physical.
My thing is this, and that's kind of what I was saying. It's like, how do we determine what physical attraction is? Because when you look at somebody that you might think is physically attractive versus what other people think that person is. And that's why, especially women, always ask their friends, I like this guy, what do you guys think? Versus what men do, like, we don't really need to ask this. We don't really need the approval of a next man to say if this guy's or this girl's physically attractive. We can just look at it, look at one girl and know.
True,
You know
but then again, then you can say on the other hand, I think guys kind of think what other people think about their partner, because a lot of dudes won't touch road with a certain girl if they think she's not up to society standards. You know, that's why I think there's certain things nowadays called the sneaky link, or, you know, you have a girl that you meet after hours because she may not look appealing or up to par.
Yup.
So you got to meet her after 12. You know, so
that's
I guess
fact. You meet her at the spot, you leave her at the spot. Like, you know what I mean? There are people who do that.
Yeah. So I think there is a certain standard that people think their partner should appeal to, because
for sure,
you'll always know if you never see the guy with a woman or a woman with a guy in the daytime, you can kind of say you already know what they think of them. They're not up to par or society's standards.
That's true. But then, you know, a lot of women too aren't just gonna be doing, like, they're not willing to just hang out with a guy on road if he looks good, because women know what that look. No, women know the type of label that can come with. So they're gonna be a lot more selective than we would. Like, we don't mind taking you know, a woman out on road if she looks good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think men are way more likely to do that than women. Women are kind of a little bit more selective. But yes, you know, you let's be real. If you're not attracted to the person physically, you know, you're not gonna give a shit about what's in their mind. That comes later. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be able to wake up in the morning, look to the left or the right, and, you know what I'm saying?
So then
deal with that.
So then what are your thoughts on women that have the crazy eyelashes and they wear lots of makeup? What are your thoughts on that? Because you definitely know when you wake up in the morning, she may not look how she looked at night when she's dolled up and ready to go out.
When you first kick it with her, take her to the pool. You know,
hopefully she can swim.
The pool, fam.
Hopefully
go
she
swimming,
can swim.
man.
Or you stay in the shallow end, because you know a lot of women don't like to get their hair wet.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking shit, but no, like, I mean, makeup is like one of the most deceitful things on road. And that's why it's a $1 billion industry, because, you know, a lot of women invest a lot of resources into makeup, because inherently, I believe that in doing so, it can portray them to look a certain way that is, quote unquote, appealing to the demographic of men that they're looking for. So, yeah, I mean, some will pack it on, you know what I'm saying? And plaster it on, like, you'd almost peel it off and hold it in your hand, like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy.
Saying if you have one sleep over, you're gonna have to change the pillowcase, because the pillowcase might have its own little, you know, color to it.
Change it, bro. That pillowcase is lost. You gotta throw that out, man. That's over with. You gotta toss that. Like,
in my opinion, in my opinion, I prefer the more natural look.
Me too.
Because, you know, to me, it's just better. It's better.
It's more realistic.
It's real.
I know that if you need to put on makeup for a special occasion, whether it's a video shoot, whether it's, you know, a corporate event, whether it's somewhere, you can do that, but you don't need it. You don't need to use it, but, you know what I mean? It's there. You're disposable. There's some women that need, like, makeup will make or break them.
So would you say?
That's why I prefer the natural look.
Yes. So would you say women that wear makeup, would they have a problem with the confidence, with their confidence? I mean,
if they don't have any.
Yeah, because do you think they're putting that on maybe hide something, or maybe to gain more, I guess, popularity, or you know what I mean?
Like I said, like makeup is a game changer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it can completely change your entire aesthetic. It really can. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and men may say, this is not what I signed up for when they see her without makeup.
I know.
You know, the next
because
day
they
or
look
the next
completely
morning.
different, bro.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Like,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. You gotta wake when you if you wake up in the morning and you look, and then you see like a clown figure. You know what I'm saying? It's not. Can't do that, bro. Like, it just, you have to be able to be attracted to the real, and that's just like a surface lining over that. Like, it just, in between that, it's that gray area is too much, bro. You gambling at that point. You know what I'm saying?
So in your opinion, for women to, how can I say this? For women to have the most options, or let's say a lot of guys trying to get at them, would you say natural would be the best way?
I think it depends. I think the society norm today does push the makeup agenda.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends on the guy that they're dealing with. I know a majority of men probably would prefer the more natural look, but the ones that don't are usually at a certain level that the women that use makeup are trying to appeal to. So they're not trying to appeal to the men who prefer the natural look. They're looking to appeal to the men that prefer the makeup and the plastic surgery and the this and the that. And again, there's nothing wrong with that if that's what they want to do, but just don't front like it is. Just own that shit and just, you know, hold that.
And speaking of that, you know, another thing that bothers me, bro, when women, they get those enhancements, you know what I mean? And they're
Scott
trying
Man
to,
said enhancements.
and you know, and they're
Yo,
trying to
man.
appeal like those IG models.
This isn't an extends commercial, bro. Man said enhancements. Like,
you know those enhancements I'm talking about?
yeah.
You know? Bro, what bothers me so much is when they say they did it for themselves. No, you didn't do it for yourself.
Stop it, bro.
You're not getting those type of enhancements with the twig legs. You know what I mean? You're not doing that just for yourself. And it's just like, okay, continue. What do you have to say about that? I'm not gonna go.
Yo, no, man, talk the things.
So I'm gonna
finish the things, bro.
I was gonna say too.
Finish the things,
it's
man.
It's like even yes, health is a big thing. Yes, and women go to the gym to work out and stuff like that. What's the number one thing they always say while they're in the gym? Do you know?
They're saying, "Oh, I want to be fit and work on my body."
I just do it for myself. Come on, man. Stop the cap.
Cap.
Like,
cap.
Yes, health is a very important, but like there are more than just one reasons why you go into the gym. You know what I mean? You're not just going, yes, you may do it for yourself, but there is other motives why you're in there. You know what I'm saying? I just think women just need to be real and transparent. Don't cap.
That's it, man.
Because it's like, who are you trying to fool? Like, even if you're in there to look better for man, just say that. It ain't no issue.
Say that.
You know
who cares? You know what I mean? I would like we live in a time where if you confront somebody about what it is that they want to do, they won't tell you. But when they're online, they have the most to say about that. It's like, fam, where's that energy in person? Like,
exactly. In a sense, everyone is trying to appeal to the standard of social media. That's social media basically determines everything. So it's like when girls and even dudes just say, "Oh, I just do this for myself," bro. Like, yes, to an extent, but tell the whole truth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because if that was the case, then you wouldn't care about the gym. You wouldn't care about trying to, fit into that little black dress from PYT.
You wouldn't care
about none of that.
You wouldn't care about wearing makeup.
You know what I mean? You wouldn't do your hair.
You know what I'm
wouldn't
saying?
shave your legs. You wouldn't do none of that shit. You'd be okay to walk outside as is and just go on easy. You know what I'm saying? That's not the case though, because deep down that if the norm says you have to look a certain way and that will appeal to a certain demographic, you're gonna want to do that. Yeah. Like you're gonna want to do that. Let's be real. Like
I agree.
I just don't see why people cap. You know what I mean? Men and women. We gotta hold men accountable.
Yeah, we gotta hold both genders accountable.
Like we keep it, 1K all the way to 6K out here. Like we gotta keep men accountable as well. Like, dudes get in the gym because they know, like, physiques of a certain attractiveness are appealing to women. Like,
also making the most money you can, or buying like the newest car, or like the newest gear. Well, gear means clothes for people that don't know. But yeah, so I think we got to hold both parties accountable,
Exactly. But again, not everybody's like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
there are people who just enjoy working out to work out. Me personally, I enjoy working out to work out. You know what I mean? It betters my mood. It allows me to feel better during my day. You know what I mean? I'm not necessarily working out for anybody. I just do it for me. I'm not going to sit here and say there wasn't a time where I was working out for, a specific reason.
Bro, at the end of the day,
at the end of the day, let's be real. Like I got in, I was a small guy. I was really skinny. I got in the gym because, listen, there's a small t-shirt was looking like an extra large on me. Like, let's be real. The sleeves weren't hugging. You know what I'm saying? The sleeves is hugging now, though.
Because listen, like, at the end of the day, everybody wants to be wanted or desired. That's just it, man. That's just facts, man.
You know what I mean? Like the you want, like, when for men, you want women to have that general desire of lust towards you. You know what I mean? That's a good feeling, knowing that somebody wants you in that regard, in that manner.
Yeah.
And women as well. Like, you know what I mean? It feels good when, somebody can look at you and think that you're everything to them. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? But we just got to be real about what we're doing out here. All this cat talking about, I'm doing it for myself. I'm okay to be alone. I don't need no this. We lying out here, man.
Exactly.
And I just don't get it, man.
And another thing with social media that you brought up earlier, if a woman likes a dude, why does she need to ask her friends if she should like him? You know what I mean? That's something I never really got. Because
I don't really understand that either.
People got to remember, some of the girls in the squad could be bad man,
They don't get that. You know what I mean? That's a fact. You know what I mean? You might ask a friend her opinion on that, but because a friend might want that and feel like you shouldn't have that, she'll try to write that off.
That's what I'm saying.
On the back end, send that DM like, yo, happens all the time. You know what I mean? That's why I don't understand women who involve single women in a potential life partner for them, because that they could derail that. And since women rely heavily on their support system, that's how that happens. It's like, never involve your situations with them.
Yeah.
Because the intentions might not always be the purest. And that's a fact. Like,
yeah, and I think that needs to change going forward. I don't think it will, but I really think that really needs to change going forward. You know what I mean?
It's a fact. Like, you know what I'm saying? People don't really get that and don't really understand that. But again, there's dudes who are like that too, man. You know what I mean? There's dudes out here scheming. They know they like a shorty. Their Reggie might have that, but they want the shorty. But I think we speak a little bit more overtly about, our situations when it comes to dudes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot more dudes will be like, yo, listen, is this your thing? No? All right, you cool on that? pie. Yeah, bet. All right, say less.
Yo,
That's
but
that. You know
don't
what
let
I'm saying?
don't let up on the mans too, because there's certain mans that be lurking, you know.
There are mans that are lurking. There's certain men who plant seeds.
Yeah.
There's certain mans who like pictures. There's certain mans where when they come around you, they're talking to your shorty a lot more than you are. Like, fam, this is like,
Mans are
bro, there's
lurking
bare
too.
men that do that, bro.
Mans are
You bring
lurking.
your shorty around, and why is it that your mans is having a bigger conversation than you are? It's just like, fam, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally. You know what I'm saying? If my brethren are bringing around a shorty, I'm not gonna be there talking like I know the thing from time. I don't know you, fam. Like, you know what I'm saying?
The only thing I'm saying is hi, and that's it.
That's it.
There's nothing else for me to say.
No, nothing else. I don't need to know how you know what I'm saying? I don't need to know where you came from. I don't need to know none of that, bro. Like, hello, nice to meet you, cool.
But
on about my business.
You know where things can get tricky. It's like when you try to tell your boy that his girl might be a little out there, and then he may come at you. You know what I mean?
I know.
So it's like, do you be honest with your boy, or do you just say, "Yo, I'm Ray Charles. I don't see nothing."
This one is tough, man, because no man is gonna act like they don't care about a woman's past. Like, a woman's past does matter.
But it can lead to tricky waters because you may lose a friendship.
Exactly. It's like, you want to tell your homie that, shorty out there for everybody, but at the same time, it's like there are certain flags that do see and they choose to ignore. So maybe he knows this and he chose to ignore it. And he's trying to rid that out of his life at the moment. You know what I mean? He's trying to get rid of it. He's trying to see past that. And It's tough having to be reminded that, like, your shorty's for everybody, but you really like the shorty. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's tough, man.
That's why I had to ask, in your opinion, would you say something? Because if your boy really likes the girl, do you want to rock the boat? But then when you look at it on the other end, if he's your boy, he kind of deserves to know if he doesn't already know.
True.
But then, I don't know. It's tricky, man.
I think if that's your man's, you should tell him. You know what I mean? You really should. And just let him make the decision for himself. Like, a lot of people, you can show them certain things, and if they're like, whatever they want to listen, I did my due diligence. I told you what it is. Now this piece of information. You choose to do it as you please. And I think that's important. That's the difference between your mans and somebody you don't really rock with. If you don't really care about homie, you're not gonna show him anything. That's not your mans. It doesn't matter. Like, you know what I mean? You're not gonna do that. But if that's my guy, yeah, I'm gonna have to show him, say, yo, shorty's for everybody. That's why it's so important for women to stop entertaining everybody. It's too many women on the road that want to entertain everybody. You get a little bit of attention, and you guys want to conflate the two. Listen, women, we gotta understand, like, sexual energy is not the same as relationship energy, man. Just because a dude's hitting you up and you look good, you already know Wagwan already. You guys want to entertain everything all the time. You guys want to do all these other things. It's not wavy. You know what I'm saying? It's not wavy to be out there doing that and you expect somebody to take you seriously. How? When any dude comes up to you, you gotta know how to pick and choose, man. Like, I don't understand that.
Yeah, I hear you.
But then you want dudes to come at you correct and only be about you when it's something that you want, but then you're out here doing. Come on, bro. Like, I don't know, man.
Bro, we're living in a crazy time.
I understand that, bro.
We're living in a crazy time right now, man. It's like the things that you think are right are wrong, and then the things you think are wrong are right. You know what I mean? It's like everything is backwards, yo. And it's like, I don't know. You can be too honest to a fault, and then on the other hand, you could not be honest, and it still may end up to come back and bite you or hurt you. So it's like you never really know how to play the game, because if you go right or wrong, you're still labeled as the villain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like.
And then sometimes if you're too quiet about something, that may hurt you too, because people may say, yo, if you knew this and that, why were you quiet? You didn't say nothing.
Quiet about it, man. It's you know, a game on many levels, and you know, it's not every level is a winnable one, man. Listen, we all played Super Mario. You know what I mean? To get to World 8, it took some certain man a lot of time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when others, you know, they flew by it. They got the cheat code, they hit the flute, straight to World 8. You know what I'm saying? Like it just, again, I don't want to overgeneralize here. I know generalizations are the way the majority of the world works and how we see things and deem things. But you know, not all women are like that. You know, not all women
definitely
are
not.
just, you know what I mean? Like I just want to put that out there and not make it seem like it's just a negative.
It's both men and
generalization
women.
to women, but men as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, you got to hold both parties or both.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a lot of dudes out here are just, you know, so eager to just tear everything moving, bro. Like I get it. Like, you know what I mean? Like y'all want, you know, an abundance of this, and every man wants to have as many as possible. But you know, let's be real here. You know, we had done mentioned this before. You know, if you want to leverage the box, let's be real. Like, is it really that fire to be doing that? Because there's a lot of women on. Listen, let's talk about it. There's a lot of women on road who are acting like that is the most prized possession in the world, and then you didn't get that, and it's like, what was you even talking about? Let's be real.
A lot of because you know there'll be a lot of women that love to lead with that and say, "Yo, their box is the most fire, and it's the best out there." But what a lot of women fail to realize is that after you give the man the box, you still have to work to keep him. Because like I said, because everyone knows, I think I've stated this previously, it's like, is there really a woman that can satisfy a man? Just one woman? Because more times men like variety. So it's like, yeah, your box might be good, but can I keep him? Or what are you doing to keep him?
I think
because remember, like you said, most of them just lead with the box as, yes, that's the prized possession. But no, it's not.
You know, a lot of women do leverage that in order to get what it is that they want, because they know, like, you know, that's a prized possession of theirs. But yeah, I mean, I do think, you know, one woman could satisfy a man's insatiable thirst for an abundance of women. I just think it depends on the man. Like,
true,
there are certain, you know what I mean? Like, it depends on what the man has experienced. It depends on where the man is in life.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, if we say this to a 21-year-old versus a 33-year-old.
But then you can say
it's a big difference.
But if that 33-year-old worked all through his 20s to get to a certain point, and now at 33 he wants to behave like he's 21 because he didn't get his 20s, what do you say about that? Well,
then that's a man who's probably not going to be looking for a concrete relationship. That's going to be a man who's going to want to wild out and do his thing. Now, if you were a man in your 20s who was going crazy, and in your late teens who's going crazy, by the time you get to 30, it's like, you know, you've done it all already. Because let's be real, there are beautiful women all over the planet. You know what I'm saying? In any part of the world you go to, you're gonna find them. But again, it's like I was saying before. You meet people, you get to know them, and you get to figure out what it is that you can put up with from any individual that you meet.
Right.
Because yes, you might have a check mark list of those, but nobody's ever gonna fill every single one of them.
Nobody's perfect.
It's gonna shoot you. Like, you gotta know what your deal breakers are. You gotta know what you're gonna put up with and what you're not. So it just becomes all the same. So for me personally, you know, I'm not into that, having an abundance anymore. I've had my abundance. Dealt with that already. Yeah. You know what I mean? From when I was a wee lad, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All over time. Like, I'm good on it. You know, now, you know what I'm saying? I can appreciate more of the, you know, the more solidified, you know, having that someone, finding that someone to rock with on that level.
But
And we be
like
cool,
I said,
because anything that one person can provide, I'd be cool with that versus having to go out there and have 3 to 5 ones that could the other provide something different.
That's why I said it's possible if that one woman, yes, has the box, yes, obviously, but then she can kind of corner the market, which is you, by doing everything what every other girl could do that will not make you want to do whatever. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Because, you know,
you got, that's why you have to.
There has to be more substance than just that. That's why I don't understand when women are just so willing to entertain any man that gives them attention, because it's like, they're giving you attention because there's just one thing that they want.
And getting all those enhancements, thinking that is what every dude wants. But yes, the enhancements might, you know, have the dudes lusting for a little bit, but what else do you bring?
Exactly. You know what I mean? So but again, not every woman is like this. Not every man is like
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
But like we're just talking on what we kind of see going on social media.
This is my life. Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Is what our observation is for sure.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of women do move like that. You know what I'm saying? The enhancements in order to, you know, cater to a certain demographic. Let's be real, man. They're not doing the enhancements for the CVS Shoppers Drug Mart guy.
I know.
The guy working at Shoppers, you know, the guy who's scanning all your items, they're not doing that for him. Let's be real.
And bro,
you know what I mean?
It's like they're taking a big gamble, because it's like you're going to get these enhancements for, let's say, a higher tier dude. But are you sure that higher tier dude is going to say, yo, this girl with the enhancements, I want you, and I'm going to kick everyone else I have on my roster to the side? It's like you're gambling.
That's true.
And nothing in life is certain.
They want the best available person that they can get. But at the same time, you know, we also got to look at the average dudes as well. We got to hold average dudes accountable as well.
Yeah.
Because average dudes are also looking for the type of lifestyle that the top tier dudes live.
And
you know what
there's
I mean?
also average dudes.
Although they might be more likely to be monogamous.
Yeah.
If they get into a place where they might have a little bit more options to explore, now they might start moving away. But like, you know, again, it's just really dependent on the person.
Yeah, you're right.
That's where men are in life. And
because I was just gonna add to that, like, it could be an average dude that just wants to get a wife and settle down and chill. That's why I'm saying, you know, women need to not, it sounds bad, give everybody a chance, but like, you have to keep their options open. You know, you even men, when it comes to women too, you can't just look at a certain type of woman. You got to keep all options open, you know, at least level the playing field. Because if you're going at a certain party or a certain type of person, it's going to be a small pool. So you're less likely to get what you're aiming for, as opposed if you keep it a level playing field. You have more options to choose from.
That's a fact. You know what I mean? And I guess, you know, if you have said interest in a girl and you find out that she's keeping her options open, you know what I mean? You're probably going to feel a way, because you don't want to know that the efforts that you're putting in go unmatched.
But then again, if you do,
but then again, it's also fair playing field as well. Like you're just saying, that you don't want to block any blessings. As long as on both sides, it's even.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then I guess it is what it is.
Because like what you just said, if a man is approaching a girl and she tells him up front she's keeping her options open, at least you know as a man, okay, I know this situation is not going to work because she's not on the same vibe as me. So you have to, a lot of men and women have to be okay with losing the individual you may like. You know what I mean? But a lot of people like to say, maybe I can change that person to like me. Even though they're telling you yo, I'm keeping my options open. That's how I think. You got to be afraid to lose that person. You know what I mean? Because if you're kind of trying to change somebody, it may not work.
Yeah, no.
Because they're already telling you up front the type of person they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, why? You already know if you had to change that person to like you for you, you know 9 times out of 10 it's not going to end well, because they may resent it later on. Because anyhow you guys may get in an argument, yo, you know I changed my life for you, and da-da-da-da-da. So you already know the foundation's not solid.
Facts. And to even add to that as well, I think a lot of mistakes that people make is they try to change characteristic traits and personality traits.
That's why.
But I think what can change is the perspective.
Yes.
So if you come into a situation thinking that, you know, all women are the same and that all women deserve to be treated the same, and then over time you get to know a person and then you figure out that, you know what, maybe all women are not the same.
Yeah.
But this one woman that I am kicking it with, my approach to certain situations with that person can change.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't be changing your characteristics or your personality, but I think the perspective in dealing with all of the equity you have invested in the relationship can change. Mm-hmm. I think that's a difference that a lot of people don't get.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100% on that.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you come into a situation moving the same way you would with the person in the previous, then what makes this person any different than the last? You know what I'm saying?
And let me add on to that. A lot of people like to bring old situations into new ones. In my opinion, I think people need to fully heal before you go into a new situation, because the person that you're going into the new situation with had nothing to do with the old situation. Yeah. And why would you want to start the new situation off on the back on not solid ground? You know what I mean? Because you could potentially burn yourself and lose a good one.
Yep. A lot of suitcases being carried around from person to person. And yeah, I mean, you know, you should never hold anybody you previously dealt with to the same capacity that the new person you deal with. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people make that mistake in comparing situations and, you know.
And block your blessings, bro.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like what? But again, people just need to figure out what's important to them. Man.
Yeah.
What's the most important thing to them?
I agree.
Is it the physical? Is it the mental? Is it, you know what I mean? Like, is it the way that certain situations are dealt with? Is it the understanding? Like, people just want everything to be the same across the board, and it's not. Like, that's why relationships are work in progress. Like, it's a never-ending working thing.
Yeah,
you can't just come in and just think everything is going to be set and you can just go on easy and just do nothing.
Yeah,
it doesn't work.
Because
you know what I mean? Like,
we could even get into another thing. I could touch on another question as well. That's why sometimes if people are in long relationships, they kind of tend to end, because it's like people don't do the same amount of work when they get into the relationship as they did trying to court that person. Because a lot of people get complacent.
Yeah.
Because it's like, looking at it from a man's angle, a man might go above and beyond to court this woman and finally get her. And then when he gets her, he just chills and just thinks, okay, I got her, so now I can just chill and I don't got to do anything to create the excitement. And vice versa with women. There's a lot of women that will do a lot of things to get a guy. And then once you get the guy, she may hold out on him. You know, she starts to completely act different. Maybe if she likes to go to the gym, she may stop going to the gym. You get complacent. And that may cause that man to wander or have a lingering eye somewhere else. You know what I mean?
I know
a couple of... No, I'm not. I don't want to put anyone on blast. But
I know a couple too. Listen,
yeah, I know a couple of my friends. You know, they be telling me some stuff where they have a girlfriend for a couple of years and she doesn't be doing the same type of stuff she was doing to make him get into the relationship with her. But you know, I'm not gonna say nothing, but I'm just saying that's an example of someone getting complacent because they're like, yo, I have this person now, I could chill. But no, that's not how it works.
I think a lot of people feel like you can't be replaced. Nobody, listen, I'll say this off rip. Nobody is irreplaceable.
Yeah, man.
There's always somebody willing to do whatever it is that you won't do. This is
100%.
men and women.
100%.
We live in a day and age now where, like, you know, people are really understanding their worth and understanding if they're bringing a certain level to the table that's not being matched, ain't nobody waiting.
Facts.
Let's be real. We can sit here all day and say, oh, well, you know, we get along. There's physical attraction there. It's exciting. I like it.
Listen,
but
people always got to keep the fire lit. Always. You know what I'm saying? You can't get too complacent. You got to keep the fire lit, as I mean, like, as like romantically, you know, you got to keep,
you have to
keep your partner on their toes. You know what I mean? You can't get too complacent and relax and chill, because once you do that, your partner's going to have a wandering eye, or the relationship might not end well, man. That's what it is.
That's the world we live in, man.
That's why
we live in a time.
That's why I kind of think that a lot of people are hesitant to get into relationships, because it's like, if I get into this, and remember, time you can never get back. So it's like, if I get into this relationship for 2-3 years, is that burning desire from year one going to be there in year 3?
True. I mean, bro, like, that's what I'm saying. Everything is a risk.
Yes, a risk.
But you gotta just put your best foot forward, man. I mean, we can't live in fear, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, as human beings, trials and tribulations is what makes us who we are. Like, you have to, you know, try some shit. You know what I'm saying? We can't just be out here saying, oh, everyone's gonna at some point do something like that, because you never know. It might not happen.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's a possibility.
Oh yeah, it's a huge
big possibility.
Because, very big possibility.
You know what I mean? Nobody wants to sign up for something and then, or how can I say it? It's like if you buy an item and then the item doesn't last long. You know, if that makes sense. If you sign up for something and then you didn't get what you signed up for.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm just saying it doesn't happen all the time, but that's a very big possibility.
It's a very big possibility. And, you know, there's a lot of relationships, even marriages that end. And, you know, partners just, you know, they either outgrow each other, they stop doing all the same things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just really depends. So that's why you got to just genuinely want to continue moving forward and evolving inside the relationship. The equity you build in the beginning is the same equity you should be maintaining.
Yes.
Forward.
And you have to know your partner inside and out to always make sure you can keep them, as I said previously, on his or her toes. You know what I mean? Always make sure, you know, you're keeping the relationship fresh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro.
But yeah.
It's crazy, man. You know.
That's all I have to say still, you know? That's all I have to say. You got any last words, you know? And if anybody wants to comment on this, comment down below what you think. Give your opinion on this. We would like to hear your opinion.
You know what I'm saying? Let's see what the people got to say, man. Because again, like the understanding the dynamics of the marketplace is very intricate. You know what I mean? It's ever changing every day, and you know, people jump in, they jump out. You know what I mean? It's just, you got to just figure out what's important to you.
I agree.
And what it is that you're looking for, and just see if that's compatible with somebody else's. You know what I mean?
I agree. I have nothing else to say. You know, I
that's just what it is, man.
Yeah.
But again, you know, just the last thing to touch on what you were saying earlier about, you know, men and women keeping their options open to you know, figure out what their best possible move is. That's a good way to do things, but also that's you know, it doesn't really work out because all you end up is confused. Now you know that you can't mentally and physically give yourself to all those people. You have to just pick one, especially if you're trying to do it long term. So if you keep all these options open, you keep entertaining all these people, you're going to continue to find things that you like all the time. When are you going to be satisfied?
And
you know
time is limited. Time is limited.
You know, we got to go through life, keep testing all the hardware everywhere you go, and wanting to go to Costco and try all the samples in every aisle. Are you going to keep wanting to do that? Or are you just going to hone in and be realistic about the situation that you're in and the situation that you want, man? Come on, man.
That's
you know
why. Like, that's why you have to vet the person you're trying to attract. So you don't waste your time.
You have to, I mean? Like, because if you're just gonna act on just the physical attraction, okay, then what?
It never ends well.
Can you have a conversation with them? Can you talk to them about what painting you see on a wall downtown? Do they have any insight to that? What are their aspirations? You know, there's so many things. Like,
even what's going on.
Focus on the physical. It's like, you know, how many people stay in a bad situation? They know it's toxic and they know they shouldn't be in, just because the physical is quote unquote exciting and so good. AKA
they're complacent.
Come on, bro. Like,
but it is what it is, man. Not everyone could be saved.
2022, man. We ain't doing that.
Not everyone can be saved. You know what I mean? Not everyone, because, you know,
that's it, man. You know,
sometimes
if she shows you who she is, believe it, man. If he shows you who he is, believe it, man. Exactly. You know what I mean? Very rarely do people adapt to, you know, their situations. If they really rock with you, they will. But, you know, majority don't, and that's just what it is.
And last thing, don't bring that hurt into the new situation. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, you got to get over that. You got to, you know, figure out and hone in on what matters and leave the bullshit, man. We don't have time. You know what I mean? It's either you want to do it or you don't. Like,
facts.
That's it.
Well, yeah. You got any last words, bro?
That's it, man. You know what I mean? So just another episode.
Yeah, you know, we're doing 2 a day.
For the people. You know what I'm saying?
It is what it is. And, you know, like I said, comment down below your thoughts and opinions on this topic me and Patrick just touched on. And make sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube page, M. Alexander. You can find me on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, the Matt Alexander Podcast. And yeah, that's all I got to say, bro.
Keep telling y'all, peoples, man, go follow that, man. You're not following that, you're not part of the wave, and you won't get left behind. I'm telling you, the stock is up. The notches is growing and growing every day. Tap in right now. Get on the phones, get on the tablets. You know what to do, man. Stop playing.
Facts. And we're going to be hitting you guys with content. A lot of content coming up, man. So
you guys be sleeping on the content. This shit here fired, man. You know what I'm saying?
Trust me. Yeah, bro.
Tap
well,
in, man. Stop playing.
Yeah, bro. Well, yeah, man. Thanks again for coming on, bro. You know, come back with the second video of the day.
Hey, man. You all ready, man?
Yeah,
come
bro.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I'll holler at you, bro.
Done know, fam.
All right, done.
Know what you do to me. Alright, not a game, girl. Please do not play with me. Don't play with me. Yeah. Hey, you got what I like. It's so tight, it's so new to me. If you by my side, don't you lie. Keep it true with me. You know what I like, yeah. I think you my type, yeah. Enough with the talking, come with me. I do you right, yeah. You got that, What I'm thinking, I just might, yeah. You got that, What I'm thinking, I just might, yeah. You know what you do to me. Don't make a fool of me. Show me that you different, girl. Just keep it true with me. You know